Hey guys, Paul Schreier from JoBlo.com here. Just got out of the Disney panel. Got to see a lot of cool stuff, so I'm going to break down the cool stuff that you want to hear, not any other extraneous stuff that doesn't really apply to us. Anyways, first thing that we saw that was really cool was a sneak peek at Dumbo. So, as you guys know, Tim Burton is directing Dumbo. It's got Danny DeVito, Michael Keaton, Eva Green, and of course a flying elephant. Now, also Colin Farrell. I wasn't quite sure he was in this, but yes, he is in it. Anyways, we saw lots of behind-the-scenes footage, a few clips, some stuff that was finished. Looks like it's well underway in terms of production and probably into post, but it looks cool. It looks really good, and I really didn't expect anything from a Dumbo movie. Honestly, it was kind of like, oh, Tim Burton's making a Dumbo movie. Who really, is that something that we need in our lives? I don't know, but all of a sudden I do. And we didn't even see the elephant fly, but it actually looks really good. It looks like a big production for Burton, so you know, sometimes he does these like little smaller films, then he does like a bigger film. This definitely is a bigger film, and it looks really cool. It looks fun. It looks like it's going to be probably a little bit of a tearjerker, but a bit of a, I hate when people say return to form, but just, I would say like a comfortable space for Burton. So it looks good. I'm down for Dumbo, and I can't believe I'm even saying that. The other thing we saw was the new trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, the first trailer when it came out, it gave kind of a little bit of a lukewarm feeling. People weren't like necessarily dying for it, but again, it was Ant-Man. We like Ant-Man. This trailer is actually really cool, and it's ups the ante on the action. Annie, get it? That's what I did there. It ups the ante on the action. It really puts the Wasp in center focus. It almost feels like she's kind of the star. I know that, but it is Ant-Man and the Wasp, so I guess that fits. That's fair. That's fine. The other thing that we saw was Ghost, which is the main villain, and I didn't realize this, but she is female in this. Now, in the comics, I think it was traditionally male. Not that it really matters in this context, but it looks good. She looks good. The costume, the effects of her like kind of ghosting through vehicles and stuff is shown, and it's just cool. It's like almost like the next level powers that Ant-Man would have, which is basically transferring through objects. So it's pretty cool. It's good tech, and we do see plenty of like creative uses of the effects. Basically, the size ratio going up and down. It actually starts with Ant-Man, not ant-sized, but rather somewhat giant-sized, stopping a robbery. What it looks like, but it looks good. It's a much more creative and fun trailer. It's cut to It Takes Two, so get it? Two, Ant-Man the Wasp. You get it. And that was cool. It was good. And at the very end of the trailer, we see Lawrence Fishburne, who references the Goliath Project, and him and Ant-Man are comparing sizes as to who got bigger. So it's a fun trailer. I think everybody's going to like it a lot more than the first one, and I think the hype will definitely go up for Ant-Man and the Wasp after this. So Disney also gave us a little peek into basically their cartoon to live action slate. As you know, they've been making a mountain of money off of those, and they're going to continue based on what we saw today. So you guys know that Guy Ritchie is already in production on the Aladdin live action remake, and we got a behind the scenes look of them in production, and I was honestly surprised at how closely it follows the costumes and the look and everything, from Jasmine's like blue outfit and everything. And Will Smith looks great as the genie. He's got like the hair and everything, like it looks like a perfect representation of the live action version, but done in kind of Guy Ritchie style, which I didn't even really think about it, but it fits him perfectly. As they want to make this kind of fun and actiony, but it fits that street level kind of Guy Ritchie intensity. So I know it seemed kind of weird, but hey, Guy Ritchie's doing Aladdin, what? But it actually seems, now that I've seen this, like a fitting idea. So it looks good. I have no doubt it's going to make a ton of money. The songs alone are going to sell people, and I think it's going to be huge. And it looks really good. It's going to be a big production. It does have musical numbers too, so it might be a turnoff for some of you. But you'll get through it. I promise. It'll be okay. It looks good. So the other thing we got to look at was the opening of Incredibles 2. Now, this picks up directly from The Incredibles, which you we'll remember at the end, the mole dude comes out of the ground and they get ready for action, and then that's it. It's the end of the movie. This one literally picks up right from that moment. We see the Incredibles go into action, take down this mole dude. I can't remember his official name, whatever it is. Basically, he's a ripoff of the Mole Man from Fantastic Four, as you probably know. But they take him out and save the day, and then they show us the setup, which is basically trying to get the heroes legal and out into the public again. But it looks cool. It's got that same energy, that snap that the first one had. So I think everybody's just going to fall right in line once they see it. Brad Bird looks to be just doing what he does. It's going to be good. And we've waited a long time for another Incredible, so now we got it. And it's going to be good. The other thing we got to see, which was probably the funniest thing that we saw today and the coolest, was a clip from Wreck-It Ralph 2 with Vanellope going how now they have the internet merged, so it's like just basically they blended every universe. Disney broke all the rules, and they're just like, we're throwing every IP into this. I'm okay with that, because there's a scene, it's really great, where Vanellope goes into like this house where all the Disney princesses are like hanging out in their gowns and everything, and it's kind of poking fun at them and their lives and kind of like their redundant backstories and being saved by, you know, big males. Again, that's Vanellope is saved by Ralph. But it's just a really, really funny sequence where Vanellope is trying to become a princess like them, or saying that she is a princess, and getting to know all of these other ones, and ends up giving them a bit of a costume change, which is, it's really funny. I don't want to spoil the whole scene, but it's a really great scene. It gave me a really good feeling about this. And at the end of the scene, we see C-3PO come into the room and actually talk to the princesses, like he's like serving them, which is another indication that, again, every IP is open that Disney owns, which will be more very soon with the Fox merger. So that's going to be insane. We'll have like Predators and shit in Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, it's limitless. Disney will own everything. They're going to own the world. They're going to own me. I'm wearing a Disney shirt. Shit. All right, so Disney also gave us a look at Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, I know a lot of you have your doubts about this, or maybe some of you are just super excited, which is cool. I've been really just kind of middle of the ground, really no real investment in it. It's a Star Wars movie, sure, I'll see it. But the scene we saw looked pretty cool. It was good. It was basically a recreation of the scene where Han wins the Millennium Falcon. Now, they don't actually show him winning it and getting in it and taking off, but they do show the card game that took place between him, Lando, and a bunch of aliens. And it was a really good scene. I gotta say, I'm really warming up to Alden Ehrenreich as Solo. There's like little subtle things that I was able to see in this performance where I was like, I could see that. I could see that as, you know, the Harrison Ford Solo, but he's not aping Ford's performance, but you can just feel it, you know? And he's got that swagger. It's a good swagger. I think he's got that swagger down, and it's good. And Donald Glover as Lando is just perfect. I mean, I couldn't imagine, at this point, anybody else that would play a younger Lando. He's got the voice, he's got that suaveness, he's got the it. But it looks, I don't know, the scene was good. It was kind of refreshing, and I know people are gonna get like kind of nasty about the nostalgia stuff. They're like, oh, we're back in like the nostalgia period, but I mean, there's a reason that stuff is popular. There's a reason we love it, and you know, if they could return to it and make it work and make it cool and feel good and feel refreshing and like we're seeing something new, then I say go for it. But we'll see though. One little scene is not going to tell you the whole story, but I did like what I saw. So there's that. Okay, so the last thing that we saw was a proof of concept sizzle reel, not a trailer, for the live action The Lion King, which is being directed by Jon Favreau. Now, you all know that Favreau did the Jungle Book, with the live action Jungle Book, and it was huge, epic. I mean, the effects were amazing. They really they nailed it. It was wonderful. Anyways, that same technology has not lost a beat. If anything, it's improved. And what we saw with this proof of concept is Disney should have just like showed money just raining from the sky, because they basically recreated the entire opening of The Lion King, a little abbreviated version, but like shot for shot, live action version of the opening of The Lion King. And you're like, this movie's gonna make a mint. Like, it's gonna buy a country. That's how much money it's gonna make. It's insane. But it just looks really good. You can't, even if you're not into these movies or whatever, you can't deny how amazing it is to see a live-action version of The Lion King like that. So, and that was just a little taste. So, all right, so that's it for the Disney panel. A lot of cool stuff. Lots of sneak peeks at the Marvel stuff. A little bit of Star Wars animated stuff. All looks good. It's it's Disney doing Disney, and they're the king. That's just the way it is. We got lots more coming your way from CinemaCon, so stay here, stay tuned, and we'll keep it coming.